American Idol, Survivor, and The Real World. If any of these sound familiar, then you're most likely a part of the reality television show phenomenon. I myself can admit that whenever I flip through channels, generally more often than not, I'll end up watching some type of reality television. So today, I'd like to take you through the history and the categories, as well as why so many are being produced to help you understand this a little bit better. Reality television is not new. The first show came out in 1948, and it was called Candid Camera. It was hosted by Alan Funt, and it was very popular. A few decades later, An American Family was produced by PBS in 1973. It was very scandalous for the time. The parents ended up getting a divorce, and their son was the first openly gay character on national television. So as time went on, America's interests changed, and as they did, different types of shows emerged. So in 1980, Entertainment Tonight and 60 Minutes made their preview. These were very popular then, and they still remain on TV now. To give a scope of just how much America loved watching these shows, Variety magazine took a survey of how many were airing on networks in 1991 compared to 2010. So in 1991, there were approximately 30 shows being aired on networks, and now in 2010, there were about 320. So you could say it's increased in popularity quite a bit. David McElroy also wanted to give a visual of just how much America loved watching these reality shows. He compared the votes for the 2008 presidential election to 1 week's vote on American Idol, and as you can see, it was very close. There were about 132.6 million people who cast a ballot for the presidential election in 2008, and there were approximately 122.4 million votes cast in just 1 week for American Idol. So now that we've gone through the history and we know the scope of how many people are watching, it's important to know the categories. And just as there are many types of people, there are many types of reality television shows. So today I'm going to take you through 4. Very popular is the life documentary category. This includes the Kardashians, who are very well known, as well as the Loutt family, which was one of the shows I talked about earlier. In this type of show, they generally talk about people's lives and the events of friend groups or of family members. So you're doing life with the people on television. Next we have the challenge series. The formats are relatively different, but overall the goal is the same. And different contestants will go through different challenges week by week, and in the end they'll end up winning a prize. Next we have talent. And American Idol and The Voice are very popular in this category. This is a very popular category as of lately. And while some enjoy watching the talent, that's not always why they're watching. It's more for entertainment value. And this was very much proved with contestant William Hung, who many remember for his rendition of Ricky Martin's She Bang. And while he wasn't especially talented, he was memorable, and the nation just fell in love with his viral video. And finally, we have the matchmaking category. This category is most widely known for its show The Bachelorette or The Bachelor. In this, there's generally a boy or a girl contestant, and they choose from a larger group of the opposite sex until they narrow it down to a partner. And while there have been 28 seasons of combined Bachelor and Bachelorette, there are only 5 couples that actually still remain together. So they don't have the best record for making relationships, but again, it's not always about the overall goal as much as it is for entertainment value. So now taking you through the history and categories. Next, what came to me was why. And there's 2 parts of this why. There's why do we keep watching, and why are so many being produced? So, for the first why do we keep watching? Well, I particularly don't know many people who behave like the Kardashians. So when people say they like to watch real people in real situations, I think there's probably a deeper meaning. And Kristen Barton, she agreed with me. She did a survey, particularly on the talent portion, and asked, why do we like to watch them sing and dance? That was the title of her article. And in that, she surveyed a group of people and found that while some do like watching the talent, most of all, they enjoy watching people make fools of themselves, is how she put it, and it makes them feel better about their overall lives. So, now we know why we're watching. why are so many being produced? Logically, it makes sense that if people are watching, then producers are going to keep their ratings up and keep airing what people are watching. However, the higher priced shows, reality television is relatively cheap, so higher priced shows generally bring in more revenue. However, when you do all of these high priced shows, you have less money for other time slots. Therefore, they use reality television as more of a filler. So, reality television has been around since the mid-1900s, and as you can see, it's very popular and it's very cheap to produce, so we can assume that it'll be around for many more years to come. Thank you.